Welcome to day 2 of the 2021 MDRT annual meeting. I know from the comments I've seen and received, you found the first day engaging, inspiring, motivating, and informative. And that you're excited about today's program. And that's understandable because there's a lot to be excited about. We're going to kick things off with 2 wonderful main platform speakers and then hear from our 2022 MDRT President, Randy Scritchfield.
If you are a powerful, impactful, influential leader, at a minimum, you must do 3 things. You must be visible, you must be transparent, and you must be empathetic. Whenever we are in environments like we're in now that are marked with mass uncertainty, people crave stability, any type of stability. And so at a minimum, you must be visible because your people and your clients are used to being able to see you. So even though you must leverage technology and you must use all different type of technological mediums in order for them to see you, it is important that they see you. You must be transparent about what you know, what you don't know, when you know it. Here is what we know about when we're going to go back into the office. Here are the 3 indicators that we're looking for to help us make that decision. That transparency is actually great leverage with your clients, with all the relationships. When you are in the financial services seat, as you and I both are, you are privy to lots of information that other people in other industries don't have. Being able to share that information with your clients and also with your teams is a measure of transparency that is highly valued when we are in uncertain times. It is tremendous leverage in relationships. You must be empathetic. Now is not the time to behave as if the pandemic is not impacting you or what you've seen in the streets with respect to social unrest is not impacting you. There's not a person on the planet that has not been impacted by the global pandemic or what they've seen with respect to social unrest. Now is the time to say to clients and people that you're managing, I know you must be feeling some kind of way around what's going on around us. And let me tell you how I'm managing it. Let me tell you how I'm piercing right through and continuing to focus on key issues. By sharing the methods that you have used to manage through this period, it also builds the relationships.
We people have a really bad habit, and that is when we are in the company of good people, of well-intentioned people, people who we perceive like us, motivated, driven, smart, caring, thoughtful. We assume that if we see something wrong, that they too have seen it as well, and they will be the ones to address and act upon it. In psychology, this actually has a name. It's called the bystander effect. And silent bystanders have costed us so much ability to make progress. Because they are aware enough to see the issues or the challenges, but they just bet constantly that somebody else will do it. Well, today I want to invite you to be that somebody else, to be an inclusive leader, to notice the bias, notice the exclusion, notice the inequity, and decide that today it's going to be up to you to address it and bring it to the forefront of what you want to do. Now, this is acknowledging the limitations that no one single person can change the world and solve all of the world's problems. But in doing what you can from wherever you sit, you contribute to a global and growing movement of inclusive leadership.
The challenges of the past year have tested all of us in some way. And without support from our families, friends, and colleagues, those challenges would have seemed insurmountable at times. But we've pressed on. Thanks to our work ethic and pride in what we do, our commitment to our clients, but also in large part to that support we continue to receive. Ask yourself, who have been your star supporters in the past year? Who has lifted you up when you needed it? It could be a spouse, partner, friend, client, or fellow MDRT member. I bet your list is a long one. I encourage you to embrace an attitude of gratitude by thanking anyone who has supported you during this past year. You may even want to take a moment right now and thank a fellow MDRT member or two in the meeting chat box. Who are you thinking of?
In our industry, we're able to rattle off the percentage chance of a death or critical illness or disability to our clients. In order to create a more positive experience, I flipped the statistics. Rather than telling a prospect that they had a 7% chance of dying and a 22% chance of a critical illness before 65, I would explain to the client what those odds meant is that they actually had a 93% chance of being alive and a 78% chance of being healthy into retirement. Why would I do this? On the surface, it seems like I had just talked the prospect out of seeing the need for insurance at all. Instead, however, what happened is that I was now positioning insurance, but in a more positive way. I was advising clients that we need to prepare for the most likely scenario, that they would be alive and healthy into retirement and retiring income, estate taxes, family succession, and legacy planning needed to be addressed. It made little sense to plan only for the least likely events to occur and not for the most likely.